Hi, my name is Dov Lesel, and I'm here to talk to you about finance, investments, and about life in general, because as my mother-in-law used to say, life can be unpredictable. I retired from my job in January of 2020, just a few months ago. The reason I retired is that last October I was diagnosed with ALS. ALS is a degenerative neuromuscular disease. It was made famous, if you will, or infamous, about 90 years ago when the great baseball player Lou Gehrig got ALS. It also became known as Lou Gehrig's disease. During that time, in the last 90 years, very little has changed. There are no drugs to treat it. If you have it, it is debilitating and will take your life over a short period of time. And during that time, you will quickly get to the point where you will need full-time assistance just for the basic necessities of life. So why am I telling you this? As horrible as this disease is, and let me be clear, it sucks. It is a horrible disease, and there's no getting around it. But like with a lot of things in life, sometimes horrible things, big clouds, have silver linings. If this one has a silver lining at all, it is that it allows me to pass on information, love, and to be able to say goodbye to my family, my wife, my children, and my loved ones over the period of time that I have left. Not everybody knows when they're going to pass away. Most people, when they get old, expect to die, but you never know when. You always expect that you have many, many more good years ahead of you. And then before you know it, maybe it's a heart attack, maybe it's cancer. Sometimes going fast looks like it's a blessing. But on the other hand, I will tell you that what the ALS has for me is it allows me to look at my life, and it presents me with the time to say goodbye and to do what I've always wanted to do, which was to educate people about saving and investing. I had some idea that I would be working for several more years, and during that time I would be able to teach friends and my children about financial matters, teach them to invest, to save, etc. Because what I noticed is that many people simply don't know how to do either. I will tell you that my parents, my dad with diabetes, lived to 87, and my mom, having defeated cancer twice, lived to 101. As a result, my expectation was, since last year I was in great health, that I too would have at least 10 or 20 years of life ahead of me, during which time I would be able to do all sorts of things. So my point is, you never know when something in your life is going to change, how that's going to change, or when that will change for you. Now, even without health issues, I will tell you that the sooner you start investing, the sooner you start saving, the better off you will be. Because the longer the time horizon that you have to save and invest, the more you will accumulate and the better, hopefully, your life will be, at least financially. For me, one of the smart things that I did was I started investing early on. Now, I'm very happy that I did that and that I was able to save and invest pretty successfully in stocks, bonds, and real estate over the years. I was also lucky that instead of waiting until I retired to travel, in the last 10 years, I was able to do a lot of traveling, both with my wife and with each of my children. We traveled to some wonderful places, if you will, as a result of, and thank you to, some good investments that I made over the years. I did not make a huge amount of money in my working life, but what I was able to do is save and invest as soon as I could, even while I was still in college working part-time jobs, but especially once I started working. And so my story to you is this. I am making these talks for my friends, for my children, and for anybody who wants to save, who needs to understand why saving is important, as well as to understand how to invest. I hope this helps you. Thank you.